Alright, confession time. Just a few months ago, I was pretty much convinced that AI was going to make my job, my skills, my entire career completely obsolete. It wasn't just a vague worry, it was a daily dread. Every time I opened my laptop, every time I scrolled through my feed, I'd see some new tool or a new mind-blowing breakthrough. And with each one, this cold wave of pure anxiety would just wash over me. It felt like I was stuck in a race I had no chance of winning, constantly looking over my shoulder at a competitor that never sleeps, never gets tired, and learns faster than any human possibly can. And I know I'm not the only one feeling this way. That feeling of running on a hamster wheel trying to keep up is becoming the default state for so many of us. But what if the secret to navigating this new world isn't about running faster? What if it's not about hustle at all? What if it's about learning to stand still? I found the answer, the thing that finally broke the cycle for me, in a 2,000-year-old philosophy that completely flipped my perspective on technology, and frankly, on life itself. Let's be real for a second. The constant digital noise is completely overwhelming. It's a relentless flood. Every single day there's a new AI tool promising to change everything. A new headline fueling our deepest fears of becoming obsolete. It's a fire hose of information, and it feels like we're supposed to drink from it. The non-stop notifications, the must-read articles, the game-changing updates, they can leave you feeling frazzled, scattered, and fundamentally disconnected from your own thoughts. It feels like our focus has been hijacked by an invisible force. We're caught in this terrible, exhausting loop. We see a new development. We feel like we're falling behind. We feel like we're not enough. So what do? We hustle harder. We stay up late trying to master a new tool, only to find it's been updated or replaced by the time we wake up. We're trying to outsmart an algorithm. But that's a race you will never, ever win. It's a recipe for burnout. And here's the dangerous part. The more we obsess over this external threat of AI, the more power we voluntarily give it to control our own peace of mind. We start buying into the toxic idea that our value as human beings is fragile, that it's measured only by our output, and that it can be wiped out by the next software update. This is the real problem, the one we don't talk about enough. This deep, sinking feeling of powerlessness in the face of relentless and frankly confusing change. So what are we supposed to do? Just give up? Is anxiety the new normal? What if our true, lasting value was never about our technical skills in the first place? What if the thing that makes us human is also the thing that makes us resilient? This is where a 2,000-year-old philosophy comes to the rescue. I'm talking about Stoicism, an ancient and profoundly practical operating system for the human mind. This wasn't a philosophy for dusty academics in ivory towers. It was practiced in the real world, under immense pressure. It was used by a Roman emperor like Marcus Aurelius, who dealt with war and plagues. It was taught by a celebrated playwright and political advisor like Seneca, who navigated deadly political intrigue. And its wisest lessons came from a former slave named Epictetus, who understood what it meant to endure hardship and find freedom from within. These people lived through incredibly chaotic times, and their wisdom is shockingly, almost perfectly designed for our own digital chaos. Their most powerful secret is a simple but life-changing idea, the dichotomy of control. It's a mental model that splits everything in life into two simple buckets. Bucket 1 contains the things you can control. Bucket 2 contains the things you absolutely can't. Think about it. You can't control how fast AI develops. You can't control the global economy. You can't control whether your company decides to adopt a new technology. You can't control what other people do, say, or think. As the philosopher Epictetus said, worrying about those things, pouring your precious energy into them, is not just pointless, it's a form of self-punishment. So what can you control? What's in that first bucket? Marcus Aurelius nailed it when he wrote to himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You control your mindset. You control your reactions. You control your choices, your actions, your attitude. That's it. And realizing that that is more than enough. That simple shift is the key to taking your power back from the algorithm." By the way, if this idea is starting to resonate with you, if you feel like there's a better way than constant anxiety, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. We're building a community here dedicated to finding strength in timeless wisdom, not anxiety in trending headlines. I'm always exploring how ancient ideas can help us solve modern problems, and I would love for you to be part of that conversation. So how do we actually use this ancient secret to manage the overwhelming noise of AI? How do we make it practical? Here are 3 Stoic habits you can start building today. First, practice the dichotomy of control daily, like a mental push-up. The next time you feel that familiar wave of AI anxiety, just pause, take a breath, and ask yourself this question. Is this thing that's worrying me inside my control or outside of it? The latest AI breakthrough that generates photorealistic video? That's outside your control. The headline about jobs being automated? Outside. But your own willingness to learn and adapt? Your choice to focus on what you can do today? That is completely, 100% inside your control. Focus all of your energy there. Second, see challenges as training. The Stoics didn't just endure hardship, they used it. Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." So stop looking at AI as a threat that is here to make you obsolete. Start seeing it as a training partner. It's a challenge that is forcing you to grow in ways you otherwise wouldn't. This is your invitation to double down on the skills that can't be automated. Your creativity, your critical thinking, your judgment, and your empathy. An AI can generate 1,000 marketing slogans in a second, but it can't have a truly original idea born from lived experience. It can analyze data, but it can't exercise the wisdom of critical thought. It can simulate a response, but it cannot truly feel empathy for another human being. These are your superpowers. Train them. Third, practice intentional ignorance. This sounds radical, but it's essential. You do not need to click on every single piece of AI news. You do not need to know about every single new tool the moment it drops. The Stoic philosopher Seneca taught the importance of protecting your time, and most importantly, your attention, calling it our most precious asset. So be ruthless. Schedule specific, limited blocks of time to catch up on AI news, just like you'd schedule a gym session. You go, you learn what you need to, and then you leave and get back to your life. Use AI as a tool, but do not let it become the master of your attention. Your inner peace, your calm, is your ultimate strategic advantage. It gives you the clarity to act with courage and purpose instead of just reacting with panic. Look, the world is going to keep changing. Technology, and AI specifically, is going to keep evolving at a dizzying pace. All of that is entirely outside of our control. But your inner world, your mindset, your principles, your character, your choices, that is timeless, and that kingdom is all yours. Your value as a human being is not, and has never been determined by how you measure up against a machine. It's defined by your character. It's measured by your courage, your kindness, your resilience. The challenge AI presents isn't a death sentence for your career, it's a call to evolve. It's an invitation to stop focusing on the fragile external skills that can be replaced, and to start building a more resilient, more virtuous, and more unbreakable mind. That is the real work. So I'll leave you with this question. What is one thing, one small thing completely within your control, that you are going to focus on this week to build your inner strength? Let me know your answer down in the comments. Let's start the conversation.